Hello friends, this is Ayush, and in this video we'll be discussing the quant section of CAT 2008 paper. We'll be taking 10 questions in this video, which will be from two chapters, number system and function. So let's start with the same. Here is question number 1. The question is, a shop stores X kgs of rice. The first customer buys half the amount plus half a kg. The second customer buys half the remaining amount plus half a kg. The third customer buys half the remaining amount and a half kg, and there is no rice left in the shop. So let's start solving the same. The total quantity available is X kg, right? When the first customer came, he purchased X by 2 plus 1 by 2. So the remaining amount will be X minus X by 2 plus 1 by 2, which is equals to X by 2 minus 1 by 2. The second customer comes in and he'll be purchasing half of this quantity, that is half of X by 2 minus 1 by 2 plus half kg, right? So the remaining amount left will be X by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus half X by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. So on solving, we'll have this as half of X by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 2. Right. The third customer will come in and will purchase half of this quantity. Half of this quantity will be 1/4 X by 2 minus 1 by 2 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2. This is the quantity purchased by the third customer, right? After purchasing done by the third customer, the quantity left is 0. So the remaining quantity should be equal to the quantity purchased by the third customer. On solving the equation, we'll have this will be X by 8 minus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 2 equal to X by 4 minus 1 by 4 minus 1 by 2. This minus 1 by 4 and minus 1 by 4 will get cancelled out, right? So on solving, we'll have X by 4 minus X by 8 equals to 1 by 2 minus 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2. So we'll have X by 8 equals to, I'll take the LCM, this will be 1 minus 1 by 8, it's 7 by 8. On cancellation, 8 and 8 will get cancelled out, X equal to 7. So the total quantity available is 7 kg. So according to the options, the best value describing the value of X is option B, because 7 lies within the range of 5 to 8. So option B is the correct answer for question number 1. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 2. Here are two different questions which are based on the same concept or the same data we provided. The data is fx equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equals to 0, and f5 equals to minus 3f2. So let us just form the equation first of all. F5 will be 25a plus 5b plus c, which is equals to minus 3 into f2. F2 will be 4a plus 2b plus c. So on solving, we'll have 25a and this will be 12a. On coming this side will become 37a, 5b and this will be 6b, adds up to 11b, and c minus 3c will add up to 4c equal to 0. So this is the first equation that we have obtained. And 3 is the root of fx equals to 0, means f3 will be equal to 0. So putting x equal to 3, we'll have 9a plus 3b plus c equal to 0. Multiplying the second equation by 4, we'll have 36a plus 12b plus 4c equal to 0. So this is the first equation. This is the second equation that we obtained. On subtracting the two equations, we'll have a minus b equal to 0. This will give us a equal to b, right? Also, in this third equation, if we are putting a equals to b, we'll have 9a plus 3b ki jagah I am writing 3a plus c equal to 0, which will give us c equals to minus 12a. Right. Now since fx equals to ax square plus bx plus c, what I am doing is I am putting ax square, b ki jagah I am putting a, so this will be ax, and c ki jagah I am putting minus 12a. To find the roots of this equation, we need to equate it to 0. So we'll take a common and we'll get cancelled out. X square plus x minus 12 will be equal to 0. This will give us x minus 3 into x plus 4 is equals to 0, will give us the roots as x equals to 3 and minus 4. Since 3 is already a determined root, the second root for fx equal to 0 will be minus 4, which is the correct answer. So for question number 2, the correct answer will be option B, that is minus 4. Let's go ahead to the next question. The question number 3 is on the screen. What we need to do in this case is, for the same data, we need to find the value of a, b and c, the sum of a plus b plus c. So we have already determined many of the equations. The first equation was 37a plus 11b plus c equal to 0, and the second equation was 9a plus 3b plus c equal to 0. Now since we have got three variables and only two equations are there, so the unique value of a plus b plus c cannot be determined. So the correct answer for question number 3 is option E, cannot be determined. Let's go ahead for the next question. So question number 4 is on the screen. Again a question from functions. Let's try to solve it out. What is given to us is fx be a function satisfying fx equal to f of xy, right? And f2 is given to us. So what we'll do is, in this case, we'll try to put x equals to 1 and y equals to 2. So this will be f1 into f2 equals to f of 1 into 2, which is equals to f2. Putting the value of f2, we'll have f1 into 4 equal to 4. This will give us f1 equal to 1. Since we are supposed to calculate the value of f1 by 2, what we'll do is, we'll write f1 by 2, x को 1 by 2 assume करते हैं, and assuming y equal to 2, we'll have f1 by 2 into f2 equals to f of 1 by 2 into 2, which is equals to f of 1. Right? f1 by 2 का value is something that we need to determine. f2 का value, it's already we are aware of, it's 4, and f1 is 1. So on solving, we'll have f1 by 2 equals to 1 by 4. So for question number 4, the correct answer is option B, that is 1 by 4 is the correct answer. Let's go ahead to the next question. Question number 5 is on the screen. Let's try to solve it out. What is given to us is integers 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 40 are written on a blackboard. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, so on, so on, up to 37, 38, 39, and 40. So these are the 40 integers written on the board. What next we need to do is the following operation is then repeated 39 times. Each repetition, any two numbers currently on the blackboard are erased and a new number a plus b minus 1 is written. Right? So after first operation, let's assume I'm taking the first two values 1 and 2. So after first operation, what we will be having is 1 plus 2 minus 1. Right? I'll replace these two values by this 1 plus 2 minus 1. Right? After second operation, what we'll have, this will be the first value 1 plus 2 minus 1 plus 3 minus 1. Right? So ultimately this can be written as 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 2 because the second operation was performed. For the third operation, we'll have 1 plus 2 plus 3 minus 2. This is the first number. The second number is 4 and minus 1. This will be 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 minus 3. So on generalizing, we can say if the same operation is repeated 39 times, we will have 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 40 minus 39, because we can see in the previous series, for the first term there were addition of first two terms, for the second term it was the addition of first three terms, then third term ke liye it was the addition of first four terms, for 39th term it will be the addition of first 40 terms, and we are subtracting 1, 2, 3 according to the number of operations. So this is the 39th operation, we will be subtracting 39. So applying the formula of summation 1 to 40, it will be 40 into 41 by 2 minus 39. 40 into 41 by 2 is 820 minus 39 will give us the value as 781. So for question number 5, the correct answer is 781. Option C, 781 is the correct answer. Let's go ahead for the next question. Question number 6 is on the screen. Let's try to solve it out. Okay, sorry. It's question number 6. Let us try to solve it out. So for question number 6, what we will do is, suppose the seed of any positive integer n is defined as seed n equals to n if n is less than 10. Otherwise, seed of Sn, fine. So for a number like 248, they have given us an example. Seed of 248 will be equals to seed of 2 plus 4 plus 8, which will be equals to seed of 14, which will be equals to further seed of 1 plus 4, which will be equals to seed of 5. So 5 will be the answer. So ultimately, in case if we are observing the entire procedure, we can simply figure it out that it is all about the sum of digits for any of the numbers, right? And for seed n equals to 9, we are looking for the numbers which are having their sum of digits as 9. And all the numbers which are having their sum of digits as 9 are ultimately the multiples of 9 only. So all that you need to calculate is the number of multiples of 9 in the first 500 natural numbers, right? So multiples of 9 will be equals to, we'll simply divide it by 9, we'll get 55 point something. So this will give us 55 integers will be there which will be following the above given condition. So the correct answer for question number 6 will be option E, 55. Let's go ahead for the next question. Question number 7 is on the screen. So what we need to do is we need to find out the last two digits of 7 raised to the power 208. So before solving this question, the basic information required is the last two digits for any of the number follows a cyclicity of 20. This simply means that after 20, every 20 powers, the last two digits for any of the given number will be repeated, right? So when we are calculating the last digits of 7 raised to the power 2008, this can be considered as equivalent to 7 raised to the power 20 into 100 plus 8. And we can just remove this 20 into 100 because the same powers will be repeated. So this is ultimately can be considered equivalent to 7 raised to the power 8. So what we are supposed to do is we have to calculate the last two digits of 7 raised to the power 8. So for this, what we can do is 7 raised to the power 8 can be written as 7 raised to the power 4 whole power 2. Right? Now we know that 7 raised to the power is 2401 and we have to square this term. So considering 2401 ka square, we just need to consider the last two digits while calculating the last two digits. This can be written as 01 ka square, which will be ultimately 01 only. So the correct answer for question number 7 will be option C, that is 01. Let's go ahead for the next question. Question number 8 is on the screen. Let's try to figure it out. What is given to us is that three consecutive positive integers raised to the first, second, and third power respectively. Okay, so we have to assume three consecutive positive integers. I am assuming them to be x minus 1, x, and x plus 1. Right? So they are raised to the power 1, 2, and 3 respectively and are added. The sum so obtained is a perfect square whose square root is equal to the sum of the three original integers. It is equal to the square whose square root is equal to the three original integers, right? So this will be 3x square, right? For solving this equation, what we will get is x minus 1 plus x square plus x cube plus 3x square plus 3x plus 1 equal to 9x square. This plus 1 and minus 1 will get cancelled out, right? On solving, what we'll have is x cube. Okay, it's 1x square and 3x square, 4x square, and 9x square will come to this side. So this will be minus 5x square plus this will be x plus 3x 4x equal to 0. So we have got a cubic equation. We can find out the roots as x minus 4, x minus 1 equal to 0. So this will give us x equal to either 0 or 1 or 4. Now, looking at the values, the three numbers that we have assumed are x minus 1, x and x plus 1. So if x equals to 0 is not possible because it is given to us that the three consecutive integers are positive, right? X equal to 1 again is not possible because if we are assuming x equal to 1, x minus 1 will be equal to 0, which is not possible because 0 is not a positive number. So x equal to 4 will be the correct value that we can assume. So the three numbers will be x equal to 4, x minus 1 will be equal to 3, and x plus 1 will be equal to 5. Right. Now, what is the value that they asked? Which of the following best describes the minimum of the three integers? Minimum of the three integers is 3. That should be the correct answer. Now, looking at the range, we can say option A is the correct answer because it includes the values from 1 to 3, including both the values. So, the correct answer for question number 8 is option A. Let's go ahead for the next question. Again, question number 9 is something although based out of reasoning, but was being provided in the point section only, so we'll be discussing it. Right. Again, it is a set of two questions, so we'll discuss the same. 5 horse, red, white, grey, black, and spotted participated in a race. As per the rules of the race, the person betting on the winning horse gets 4 times the bet amount. Those betting on the horse that came in second gets thrice the bet amount. Moreover, the bet amount is returned to those betting on the horse that came in third, and the rest lose their amount. Okay, fine. Raju bet rupees 3,000, 2,000, and 1,000 on red, white, and black horses respectively. Red pay he invested 3,000. White pay he invested 2,000, and black pay he invested 1,000. And ends up with no profit and no loss. Matlab, the total investment was 6,000. So the total earnings should also be 6,000. Now, first of all, what we need to do is we need to figure out how we can get the total earnings to be 6,000. So for total earnings to be 6,000, the possible cases are, the first case is if we get the black horse on the first position, so we'll earn 4 times the money, that is 4,000, and 1 into 2,000, which means the white horse should be on the third position. So let me draw the case for the same. Black horse is on the first position, then it can be anyone, then white horse is on the third position, and either the red can be on the fourth position or can be on the fifth position. So these will be the two possible, sorry, this will be blank and this will be red. These are the two possible cases according to the first situation. Right? Let me draw further cases. Second case is possible when we may have black on the second position, so we'll be earning 3,000 plus red on the third position. So if red is on the third position, again we can have two cases for the same. It can be any horse on the first position, then it will be black on the second position, then red on the third position, then your white horse can be on the fourth position, or white horse can be on the fifth position. So we have drawn the cases accordingly, right? Okay, let us consider the third case when it can be your white horse on the second position, right? So accordingly, we'll have the cases. We are finalizing the position for the first. It can be anyone except red, white, and black. Second pay, it has to be white. Third pay, it can be the other one except red, white, and black. Then it can be red and black, or it can be black and red. So we have drawn all the possible cases in order to justify or satisfy the condition of no profit and no loss. Let's get to the question. Which of the following cannot be true? So what they have asked is cannot be true. At least two horses is finished before spotted. Okay. For this, spotted needs to be either on the third or the fourth position. That is perfectly fine because we can put spotted at this position. Right. Let me use a different coloring. So we can place spotted at this position, which justifies this first situation. Red finished last. Okay. If we are looking at this case, red is finishing last. The second situation can be true. First situation can be true. Third situation पे आते हैं. There were three horses between black and spotted. Okay. So considering this situation, black is on the first one, spotted is on the last one. Again, there were three horses between black and spotted, which is again true. Right. There were three horses between white and red. For this situation, white and red need to be the first and the last position, which is not seems to be possible in any of the cases. We can see this. Black is on the first position in this case. Here it can be either spotted or grey horse on the first position. It can be either spotted or grey horse on the first position. So fourth situation doesn't seems to be possible. Grey came in second. Yes, we can place the grey horse here, and grey came in second will be true. So for question number 9, considering all the cases that we have, the correct answer is option D. That is, fourth situation cannot be possible. All the other situations can be possible. Right? Let's go ahead for the next question. Question number 10 is on the screen. So suppose in addition, it is known. Okay. So I am repeating the cases that we've drawn. So it will be red investing 3,000, and then white investing 2,000, and then black investing 1,000. Right. So the first case was when black is at the first position, right? And we were placing white on the third position and red either on the fourth position or red on the fifth position, right? Second case, when first position was blank, second page was black, then it was red, then it was white or blank, and the other case was white on the fifth position, right? The third case was putting blank, then white on the second position, then blank, then red and black, or it can be black and red as well, right? So these were all the possible cases that we discussed in the last question. Let's go ahead with the same only. Okay, so yeah, let me use a different color pen. Suppose in addition it is known that gray came fourth. So gray came fourth will make this situation false because the fourth position is already occupied. Here we can place gray at the fourth position. This is again false. Here we can place gray, and this is again false, and this is again false. So we are left with only two of the situations. The first situation is this one, and the second situation is this one. Right? Now, the question is, which of the following cannot be true? Spotted came in first. Spotted came in first. Just wait for a second. Yes. So let me use blacking. Spotted came in first is possible if we are going to place AS over here. So the first situation seems to be true. The red finished last, true. इस वाली situation में clearly visible है. First situation में इसमें red is finishing last. So this is again true. Right. White came in second. Right. So in case if we are observing both the situations, यहाँ पे white has already occupied the third position. So white cannot be on the second. यहाँ पे the second position is already filled. So white cannot be on the second. So this seems to be false. Let's take the other two as well. Black came in second. Yes, true according to this situation. There was one horse between black and white. Yes, true according to this situation. There was one horse between black and white. So on analyzing all the 5 situations, we can conclude that option C is the correct answer because this cannot be possible. The other 4 situations are possible as per the question, right? Okay, fine. So with this, we are done with the 10 questions from number system and functions of CAT 2008 quant section. In case of any queries, if you have, you can post the queries on our Facebook page. Thank you for watching the video.